You're listening to Bizarre Buffet, a podcast of all-you-can-eat weird. I'm your host, Mark Torriello.
I'm Jen Wilson.
And I'm Mark Bluestein.
There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
When we first went in, one of the people said, "Who are you?" And Tex said, "I'm the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's business."
If you were with us last week, you will now see that the bunny is almost gone.
Happy
Yeah, he is. And
Still hopping, though.
yeah, he's still hopping. Listen, he can still do his thing. He's got feet now.
He does.
He does.
He still can hop.
Yeah.
Our friends gave us a Easter bunny
Yeah.
that's
So
like made out
glad.
of chocolate.
So glad that it's hollow on the inside.
I know. We were having the discussion of how we have a distaste for the solid chocolate figurine candies.
No, you want the hollow inside.
Yeah, but I'll tell you a funny story before we get started. So, for, I don't know, one Christmas at some point in time, I had a hollow chocolate Santa.
Oh.
And I had fallen asleep with it on the bed.
Were you a child?
I mean, I wish I could say that, but I think I was older.
You were an adult?
Yeah, I unfortunately was an adult who fell asleep with a chocolate hollow Santa in bed. And I woke up, and I mean, as you can imagine, it was quite the mess. And I was really kind of concerned that, you know, do I have to go into detail there? But I was like, oh God, thank you. It was the Santa. Oh my God, I was concerned.
You thought you dookied in your bed.
Yeah, I kind of,
It was Santa Claus.
Yeah, I did. But then I licked the bed and I realized it was the chocolate.
It happens.
You know, it does happen sometimes. But yeah, that's my hollow Santa
I
story.
love it.
Thank you.
Well, it kind of segues bed and Santa.
I mean, if we should state the obvious, Jen is...
I actually am serving a look tonight for this
Yes.
episode. If you are watching, I have my little hair turban on that
She
I
does.
usually use when I get out of the shower, and I have a little robe on.
I love that.
It's pretty.
It is.
It just, I thought it was fitting for tonight's topic.
It's like a pink floral motif with green leaves.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like
getting
a kimono. It's like a little kimono.
I'm getting like Golden Girls wallpaper.
Thank you for being a fan.
I'm making that in the best way.
R.I.P. Betty White. My question tonight for both of you is, what's the most bizarre thing you've ever done in your sleep? I mean, you...
Oh my God. What? This is fucking bizarre. Literally, everyone listening, I swear to you, I had no fucking clue that was Jen's question for this episode. So that's one. I'll
That's
start
bizarre.
there. That is.
Yeah.
falling asleep with chocolate Santa and
I'm a
licking,
psychic. Yeah.
licking up the chocolate that you thought could possibly be poop.
Yeah, exactly. You got to test it. You got to find out. I am a avid sleep talker.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
is.
and I allegedly say some very clear, precise things when I sleep, which is odd. I feel like I have other stories, but
Jerry does that too. Like, we'll have a conversation and then
Oh,
he'll,
really?
like, not even remember it.
yeah, I have. I couldn't tell you anything that I've said, so I believe it. Yeah,
And it's like,
Which is scary.
it sounds like he's coherent.
yeah, yeah.
What about you, Mark?
Well, when I was like 5, I was asleep and I walked into our pantry at the house, and I pulled my pants down and took my little winky out and peed on the wall
Oh,
In the pantry?
in the pantry.
you're a sleepwalker?
No, just that one time.
I'm concerned.
But yeah, I walked into the pantry and peed on the wall.
Well, Jen, you really got a question tonight that we can all answer easily.
I know. I've done a lot of weird things in my sleep. Something a little more recent was apparently, according to Jerry, I've been like falling asleep in yoga poses.
No, shut up.
Like, apparently I've been like sleeping in different yoga poses.
Stop it.
But probably like a month or so ago, we always like have those Ghirardelli chocolate squares.
Oh, I love those.
They're like the little squares.
yes.
Sometimes they have the
individually.
raspberry ones.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oh, those are so
Took me a
fucking
minute.
good. And we're eating chocolate. What are you?
Yeah.
What kind of witchery are you doing?
Remember, I am a witch.
I love it. We all are.
He allegedly came into the room with 2 Ghirardelli squares and asked me if I wanted one. And I was
Okay.
like sleeping, and I said,
Freaking me
no. He said within 5 minutes, I got up, I walked out, and then I came back, and he just heard like, and he was like, "Did you just
thought
eat
you
a
didn't want
chocolate?"
one.
He was like, "Did you just eat a chocolate?" And I was like, "Mm-hmm."
Wait,
And
you were asleep?
I was asleep.
Oh my God. You sleepwalking folks scare me.
So
I don't know.
I want you to get into your jammies because
I'm going to
I
unrobe.
want you to get ready to go to sleep because tonight we are discussing sleepwalking murders.
Oh my God. Oh my God. They're innocent. No,
All right.
I don't.
Oh, I'm thrilled.
Me too.
As we all know, sleepwalking is a bizarre sleep disorder in which the sufferers can find themselves performing daily routines and rituals in their sleep. So some examples are doing yard work, raiding the refrigerator, like me with the Ghirardelli chocolate squares.
Yeah, that you refused and then you went and ate in your sleep.
Exactly. Making phone calls. In some really extreme cases, leaving the house altogether.
That is fucking scary.
They usually don't have any recollection of what they do or what their actions are, and it can go unnoticed for some time.
Okay.
So some common cases of sleepwalking can include sleep deprivation, emotional problems, increased stress, and fever or sickness.
I think I have most of those.
I have a handful of stories that I'm going to just get to the nitty gritty of with you guys. 'Cause
I
this
can't
is
wait.
Bizarre Buffet, right?
Hell yeah, we give it to you raw dogging.
Raw dog, and I'm gonna get to those,
Dive in.
those facts.
All
love
you
it.
can eat,
That's
sleep.
all you can eat in your
sleep.
sleep.
and
Weird.
eat.
Yeah, and murder,
And
apparently.
murder. Sleep,
God.
eat, murder.
Murder.
Sleep, eat, murder. That should be on a TJ Maxx sign.
Should be a shirt that we make.
Yeah. Oh, great
Collab,
idea. Let us
right?
know if you want one.
Tell us.
Tell us.
So our first sleepwalker is Jules Lowe
Okay.
from Manchester, England, and was acquitted on murder charges in March of 2005 due to be diagnosed with insane sleepwalking.
Insane sleepwalking.
He killed his 82-year-old father while sleepwalking.
Oh boy.
Numerous tests determined that this episode did not stem from any substance abuse, as he did have problems with alcohol in the past,
Okay.
but he was placed in a psychiatric ward after he was acquitted.
Okay. Oh
right.
wow. So he got away with sleepwalk murder?
He did.
Oh shit.
But then we're going to jump to this man named Scott Fallader.
Okay.
And in January of 1997, which our last episode, Berlin, Germany.
I don't know
The
what's
same
happening
height
here
party.
tonight.
Same height party,
These
1997.
weird coincidences
I
know.
are freaking me out, man.
Scott of Phoenix, Arizona, stabbed his wife Yarmila with a hunting knife. Though he did not deny killing Yarmila, Scott did claim that he was sound asleep while committing the crime, and thus he could not be held accountable for his actions.
I mean,
But things were not always sunshine and roses.
oh god.
So the prosecution argued that Scott's marriage was not all, as they said, wine and roses, as he liked to claim. It was theorized that Yarmila was considering leaving her husband because she did not share his passion for the Mormon faith and his desire to have more children.
This isn't the first time there's been murder in Mormon paradise.
Well, good for her for putting her foot down.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. But when her body was discovered, the prosecution stated that Yarmila was not wearing her wedding ring.
Oh, weird.
Despite attempting to establish Scott's history of sleepwalking, the jury found him guilty on all charges in 1999.
Oh boy. So it did not work in this case.
It did not work in this case. Now, I am taking us back to 1845 to a man named Albert Terrell.
Albert Terrell, 1845.
So on October 22nd, 1845, Albert walked into a Boston brothel to see sex worker Maria Ann Bickford.
Wow.
He was in a jealous rage over Maria taking on another customer. So he cut Maria's throat open and set fire to 3 rooms in the establishment.
What a rude fucker. Asshole.
A year later, Albie Boy was a free man, and and the jury reached a not guilty verdict. His defense lawyers successfully argued that he was a chronic sleepwalker and had committed this horrendous crime during such an episode. Whether or not this was actually true, we will probably never know, but this was America's first ever sleepwalking defense.
In the 1800s.
1845, yep. Next, we have Ivy Congdon. In August of 1950, Ivy Congdon of Carnegie, Australia, murdered her daughter while sleepwalking. Now, Ivy had a history of acting out her nightmares in her sleep, like actually physically acting them out. So an example of a incident was a time when she dreamt that red spiders were attacking her daughter.
Oh.
So she was actually brushing her daughter's body while sleeping to rid her of the spiders.
I thought you were going to say she acted like a red spider and crawled on her.
No, I wish, right?
Wow. I mean, that would be a moment.
Oh, God.
After learning that her daughter might become a transport driver in the event that Korea attacked Australia, she dreamt of Korean soldiers attacking her house. And to defend her home, Congdon counterattacked the soldiers with an axe, only to discover, to her utter horror, that she had killed her own daughter in the process.
Whoops. No.
The courts did believe Ivy's tale and did set her free.
Wow.
Oh.
She must have had a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Probably.
But I'm sure you can actually sleepwalk and kill someone.
Oh my God. I wholeheartedly believe that.
I believe it.
Well, have you ever taken Ambien, either one of you?
No, but I'm really scared too because I hear it can really fuck with you really bad.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I've heard of people actually sleepwalking.
And walking into traffic. Yeah. It's like if you don't have a sleepwalking disorder, you could develop one while
Yeah.
on it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's not good times.
No, thank you. All right, so then we have Joseph Mitchell of
Joey.
Hillsborough, North Carolina. In September of 2010, Joseph put a Halloween mask over his face and strangled his 4-year-old son. He then attacked his teenage son and daughter, though they survived the ordeal. The defense argued that Joseph Mitchell committed this crime while sleeping and that financial stress may have contributed to the financial episode.
Oh, okay.
The prosecution argued that he was a serial liar and that his crimes were premeditated. Though the jury sided with the defense and found him not guilty, many expressed the opinion that they didn't actually believe that he was sleepwalking, but they had no choice but to acquit based on the prosecution's lack of concrete evidence otherwise.
Oh, boy.
I mean, he put the mask on. I feel like that
Yeah.
is...
Exactly, you put a fucking mask on.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of Halloween mask it was.
Michael
like-
Myers.
A clown.
Oh, that would be cool.
I'm going to say it was probably like Frankenstein.
I'm going to think it was one of those plastic ones that you would get,
Oh,
the cheap
yeah.
ones.
But, like-
Probably a clown, like Jen said.
Like the drawstring on the
Yeah,
back or
yeah.
whatever. The elastic. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
The elastic drawstrings. Okay, this is probably my favorite story that I've come across.
Oh, I can't wait.
Antonio Nieto from Malaga, Spain, murdered his wife and mother-in-law with an axe and injured his daughter.
Oh, boy.
He wound up being disarmed by his son, who was also injured.
Okay.
His children told the police that Antonio called them both by name and said to not turn on the lights because their mom was asleep.
Oh.
So he had this conversation with them.
Oh.
But this is where the whole thing just gets fucking bizarre.
Okay.
Antonio recalls a different story. He recalls being asleep at the time of the killing, and as he was asleep, he was dreaming that he was defending himself from a pack of aggressive ostriches.
No. I'm done
Ostriches.
with him. I am fucking done with him.
Ostriches.
Imagine, like, you just go to court and be like,
The ostriches.
yeah, but the ostriches, they were attacking me.
They were fucking attacking me in my sleep. Well, Mark was attacked by an
Do you guys
ostrich.
know my ostrich story?
No.
Oh, a million years ago when I was like a kid, I went to this place in New Jersey called Space Farms.
Yeah, Swiss
and
Farms.
they had an ostrich or like a few ostriches, and we were all like kids and we were excited and we were like banging on the ostrich
Don't
fence.
tell me it escaped and kidnapped you.
The ostrich escaped.
Womb raided him.
The ostrich literally escaped and chased after us kids. Serves us right for being assholes and pounding on the
Well,
fence.
yeah.
But the ostrich was like, I'll get you.
Yeah, and ran out and we all went, "Meh!" like in a million directions. But yeah, I mean, they can attack.
They can attack.
They
And
can.
Although this ridiculous story did not free Antonio, it did prove that he was thoroughly out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, if nothing else, for sure.
He was sentenced to 10 years in a mental facility and lost custody of his children.
Oh, probably for the best.
The court also stated that he had to keep 1,000 feet away from them at all times.
Wow. Well, him and his ostriches need to fuck off.
Before we wrap it up, I actually have a follow-up question.
Oh, we love this.
Do you think that sleepwalking, using that as a defense, is a cop-out?
I think that probably in 99% of the cases, yes. Do I think that there are some that may actually be real that have resulted, like a sleepwalking case that has resulted in death? I do think it is within the realm of possibility. I think it's highly unlikely.
Well, I mean, out of all of these stories, I think the only one that I could probably say, yes, she actually was sleepwalking was Ivy, the one from Australia that
Yeah.
Agreed.
that acted out different types of dreams.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that would be an example of one that I would be like, okay, I can get behind this. Like, I could see a possibility within.
I agree with Mark. I think probably like 95% of it is bullshit and
Oh,
a cop
for
out.
sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got up out of bed, walked down the steps, walked into a pantry, took my pants down and peed
Yeah.
while sleepwalking.
And there's plenty of more stories out there about sleepwalking murders, but these are just a handful that I just was like, these are interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine
Oh,
if you were, if you sleptwalked and murdered someone, like what a mind fuck.
Yeah.
What would
Well,
you
yeah,
do?
it is a mind fuck. And I think too, it's like, imagine that you're having a nightmare and then you like wake up with your hands covered in blood.
It's one of those things that you never want to find out if it is possibly real. I can tell you that much.
Absolutely not.
Oh, that's my final thought,
So
like Jerry
that's-
Springer. Well, Jen, that was fantastic, fascinating
Thanks.
content.
Well, you know, I came across this on Hulu one
Jen is
night.
actually sleepwalking right now.
I am. No, I actually came
Imagine.
across can you imagine?
You woke up and you're like, what am I
She
doing?
did the whole episode in her sleep.
I did
Yeah,
the whole thing in my
that
sleep.
would explain the outfit.
I won't remember any of this tomorrow.
Yeah. Well,
I would love to know your thoughts on this. Do you think that people use sleepwalking as a defense
Yeah.
to just get out of a murder that they were actually guilty of doing?
absolutely.
Or
Yeah.
do you think people can actually murder people in their sleep?
Yeah. Are you a sleepwalker?
Are you a sleepwalker?
Anyone
what is
you
something
know?
bizarre that you've done in your sleep?
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know.
I
mean,
would love to hear from our audience.
I would.
too.
I would
really-
too.
Something
I feel like,
like that.
everybody has like a bizarre sleep story that they can share.
I had sleep paralysis once. I didn't see anything weird, but I can tell you it's like probably one of the most frightening experiences I've ever had. Do you have sleep paralysis? Let me know. Let us know.
Mark says I fart in my sleep, but I do
He
not.
does.
It's
He
a
does.
lie.
Everybody farts in their sleep.
I know. He doesn't well, he believes it. He just doesn't
Everybody
want to.
farts in their sleep.
There's a difference. Yeah, exactly. I sing Shaka Khan in my sleep. No, I don't. It's a lie.
You laugh sometimes when you're sleeping, and I'm like happy for you.
Oh,
because I'm
thank
like,
you.
He's having a good time.
Oh, that's very sweet, because Lord knows when I'm awake, most of the time it's torture. Well, that was amazing. I love it. I think it's very on brand. And with that being said, check us out on Patreon.
Please do.
Yeah, support our sleepwalking. And yours too.
And anyone listening, we have a YouTube channel at Bizarre Buffet.
We do.
And you can watch us in real time, and you can
We're
see
waving.
Jen's.
You can actually see my hair turban and my little robe if you're watching.
That's
I had to
right.
dress for the occasion.
I
You're
love
always
it.
serving a look, Mark. I was like, you know what?
I'm very proud.
I know.
Initially, I was going to go order like an adult onesie, like one of them with the like animal hood.
Well,
and
listen,
stuff.
if you were going to get that deep, I would expect for us all to be
Well,
participating.
that's exactly it, and that's why I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to be like the odd man out.
How funny would it be, though, if you just showed up with onesies and you were like, put these on, it'll make sense later. And then we're just sitting here in onesies. All right, we have ideas for the future.
The day's gonna come where we'll all be in the same outfit.
Yeah, probably. I think probably sooner than later, I'm sure, at this rate. But yeah, go on bizarrebuffet.com, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And yeah, until next time, my name is Sleepwalking.
And I am the Boston Brothel.
Oh my, what a great name.
And I'm Freddy Krueger.
Oh my
In
God.
your dreams.
Oh my God. Nightmare on Elm Street.